This is a really big question, so I wanted to take a minute to address it. They're wondering what the motive would be, right? To completely flip-flop entire tribes and nations to different parts of the world. And yes, I think that is the question. That's what we're all asking. So in this research, there's different parts to it. There's the why, the how, the where, the when, and the what. And we have discovered the where. We have come to realize the location is wrong. But that discovery is what has made us aware that we even need to ask the other questions, because nobody was aware that we needed to ask those other questions. We didn't know we needed to ask why or how or who or when. You know, it's kind of like if you bought a brand new car and brought it home and parked it in your driveway, and you woke up in the morning and your car was gone. The discovery you just made is that the location of your car is wrong. It's not in the place it's supposed to be. And that discovery makes you aware that you need to ask the questions: where did it go? Or, who stole it? Why did they steal it? What was their motive? How did they steal it? And what time did this happen? Obviously during the night sometime, but who did it? What was their motive? You didn't know that you needed to ask those questions until you discovered that your car was no longer where it belonged. And I feel like that's the stage that we're at. Because we only as a collective just started discovering that we need to even ask those questions. We didn't know. We've been lied to for generations. Generation after generation after generation. We've been lied to about everything pertaining to our history. And so since we have now discovered that the location is wrong, it's all of our responsibilities to start asking the questions you're asking. What is the motive? Who did this? How did they pull it off? When did it happen? What's the intent behind it? And I have lots and lots of thoughts and theories on the motive. I'm putting together a lot of pieces as we go, but unfortunately I don't have an answer that I can just wrap up in a tidy package and hand to the public. Maybe someday I will, but right now I don't think anyone does. It's each of our responsibilities to try to figure this out, because we have been presented with the evidence that our car has been stolen and it's no longer in the driveway. It's kind of like those fairy tales or all the stories where the evil overlord sweeps into the kingdom and steals the princess and drags her off to his dark, terrible castle on a hill and says, now this is the kingdom because I stole your stuff and everyone has to bow down to me. It's kind of like that. And then he starts telling everybody, this has always been the kingdom. I've always been your king. And stop remembering what used to be. And it's not hard to rewrite history. It's just books, right? Nobody remembers. Hardly anyone even pays attention. After a few generations, you can wipe out an entire civilization's memory of what happened. And the evidence is there to support the moving of artifacts, the changing of artifacts. When you start digging hard enough, it's not easily accessed because it's not what's taught publicly in public school systems. That's not what's put out there. You have to actually work to find it, but it is there. And once you start seeing it, everything just unravels. It all unravels. We have been deceived to an absolutely mind-boggling extent. And I don't know why. Except apparently there really is a bad guy and a good guy. And apparently the bad guy actually really is a deceiver. We know the car is not in the driveway and it's parked somewhere else. But what was the motive behind that? Just to cause harm? Is there more detail to it than that? Like, my personal thoughts on the matter are some of them. I mean, there is intentional destruction being perpetrated by switching these locations. The wars, the money laundering. Think of all the wars in the Middle East. Those are intentional, those are planned, they're manipulated, and they generate large sums of money for certain people. And honestly, that only scratches the surface, because now I'm starting to understand how much deeper and darker this can go. I do believe that there is an element of energetic manipulation being caused through ongoing sacrifice. Like in the Old Testament, this is what Jesus came to end. It's not necessary, and it's gone underground and it's still happening, and for whatever reason this is absolutely crucial to the bad guys' game. And I don't understand it all, but I know that these are the things I'm starting to put together. But like I said, I don't have a tidy package to offer. I wish I did. I'm asking all of you to start asking these questions as well and looking for the answers, because it's a really, really big job. And people's lives are literally at stake. To me, it's no longer about where, because I feel like we have established that. We have realized the car has been moved. And I deeply believe it's time for all of us to focus and put our heads together and figure out who stole it and why. Because it's going to take all of us to figure that out.